Boom. He automatically felt like, oh, I'm not fucking with her no more. I'm not trying to hit her up no more. Da da da. She left her phone in the car. Not even that I left my phone in the car. I just wasn't answering. So he
I was
automatically
like,
wasn't
fuck. When
talking
I
to me.
tried to hang out, she didn't want to hang out. So I'm like,
okay, but all the times you stood me up, that didn't count. So it's like you had to give me another chance. So it's like, the fuck?
so
and,
look.
and it ain't like I was begging for no chances. I don't give a fuck. I ain't give a fuck. So boom, I'm in my bed, I'm taking off my clothes, getting in my bed. This man hit me on the phone.
Oh, this how when we went to the Blue Diamond?
Yeah, let them know.
All right, this how our relationship started. So one night I hit her up like I had just gotten into this argument with a female I was dealing with. So
fucking weak.
So I'm like, man, it was like a lot of drama and shit. So I hit Bria up like, what you doing? I was already drunk. Like I was kind of tipsy. Not drunk, but I was kind of tipsy. So I'm like,
if he play with me like when he drunk, I'm
it wasn't like because listen, I was keep in mind I was single. I wasn't like in a relationship with nobody. I was just messing around with this shit. But boom. So I hit Bria up. I'm like, what you doing? Let's go to the film or woo. She was like, all right, come on. No, she was like, what time? Somebody was saying, what time you coming back or something?
I said, what time I'm coming back? I told him because I'm not staying outside till 1 and 2 in the morning.
All right. I was like, all right, I'm going to bring it home before that. So, boom. I go pick her up. We hang out. So, this our first real, kind of like our first real date.
This wasn't our first real date. This was our first real hangout. I always say that.
Right, since the first time alone, like years ago. So this time we hung out. So look, we hung out. We had fun though. We left the film. We went to the casino afterwards.
Went to the casino. We went to Vando. We went to the strip club, and then he brought me back home.
Yeah. All right. Boom. So after that, once I brought her home, when I got home, I texted her. I'm like, Bria, I think we should give it a shot. She was like, boy, put the drink down. Like,
I literally
boy, stop
told him,
playing.
like, please get the fuck. Like,
right, like.
Afterwards, I was telling him to get the fuck, like, bye. I'm not going.
But you, at that time, like, she didn't really know what was going on with me. Like
I just didn't know what was going on with him. I didn't even care. But she was
just like, she just thought I was drunk talking.
I didn't even care if he was drunk talking or not. I just really didn't care. Like, I was like, okay, put the drink down. Like, bye. So he texted me. He was like, I just made it home, this, then, the third. I'm like, okay, cool. So he texted me. I think he texted me like the next morning or something. I texted him. I don't really remember. But
from then on, we just
like literally kind of
locked in. Like, so after that,
we went on our first date.
This was the first day. I picked her up.
First day, he picked me up. We went and got seafood. We got crawfish.
We sat in the park.
We sat in the park around the corner from my apartment, and I was trying to teach this nigga how to peel crawfish and shit like that. He didn't know what he was doing. So I was on shrooms too. I forgot to mention that. Like, I had got some shrooms from him before, and I had took the shrooms, and I had told him the day we went on a little date or whatever. I had told him, I'm like, okay, I'm taking the shrooms today, da da da. And I want to be around you because when it's so funny because he had already told me like I want to be around you when you off the show.
Oh yeah, I was like I want when you take him, I want to be around you. I didn't want to see how she act off it. Like,
so
I don't know.
I was off the shrooms or whatever. We driving after we linked to the park, ate the crawfish and shit like that. We went to like my spot. I had put him on the spot that I know about. That's kind of like, you know, it's like a real vibe. Like nobody don't know. I know nobody don't really know about it. I'll say like the only people that know about it is like students from like Tulane and Loyola, shit like that. That's like the only people that really know like that specific area. So it's like by the Lambert House, if you know what I'm talking about. So
that day that was our really first day. Like we spent that whole day together.
Our whole day together with each other. Like after we went to the spot, we went to
and keep in mind that day, like she was seeing all type of shit. Like
I was seeing so much shit in his phone. Like so many females was like blowing him up, like saying. So
she didn't know I had all that going on.
I really didn't. But that's the thing when you off a shroom and you seeing all that shit, it's just like whoa.
She said the shrooms told her don't fuck with me. Like,
the shrooms literally told me like don't fuck with him. It was like the shrooms was like look. Don't fuck. I swear to God, I put this on my sister grave. I swear to God, like the shrooms literally told me, don't fuck with this man. So after all of that, like
So we left that. We went to the bar.
We went to like the jockey and shit like that. Where he be at? Because I never knew nothing about the jockey until he introduced me to that.
Yeah,
so that's when we met his brother. After we met his brother, mind you, I already knew his brother before I knew him, because I knew somebody that was like, boom, with his brother before me and him. So that's kind of another reason, like me and him kind of like got to know each other. So anyway, hold up. After that, we went to Drago's. Then he dropped me off at home. After he dropped me off at home, like, I think he went to texting me some other shit then. I don't really remember. Like, we was texting each other. So, like, the next day after that, like, he hit me up. He hit me up and was like, this man hit me up and was like, get dressed. So, when he was like, get dressed, I'm like, I was literally at the park meditating and shit. So mind you, I was meditating and I was off a fucking shroom again. I was off a shroom by myself this time because I actually wanted to like microdose and like get the feeling of what it would feel like to be off a shroom, like microdosing wise. So he like, get dressed and shit. So I went home. When I went home, I'm like, okay, let me get dressed. This man came, got me. Listen, this man came, got me. He was fussing at me when I got in the car because I had him waiting. Yes, you did.
Oh yeah, I was like, man, you got me out to like a sitting duck.
Like he was literally fussing at me. So I'm like,
and keep in mind, like the area she was in, it was kind of like a. It wasn't like a too dangerous area, but it was like a hood. Like, okay, so and I'm from the other side of the city, so you know how that be. Like,
okay, so after that, woo. Okay, so after that, we went to like this nice fucking restaurant he brought me to. We had like a bottle of wine. We had like pizza. We had these nice appetizers. We had like
fancy restaurant.
It was really like a good ass vibe, and I was so grateful. Like I was so happy. We had a good vibe. And then like after we left the restaurant, we went to, I think we went to the Jockey. After we went to the Jockey, we went to Key Glock concert, which was like at 14 Parishes.
That was that same day?
That was that same day. Everything was in the same day. So we went to 14 Parishes, and the dude Key Glock from Memphis, who's like cousins with like
Young
Dolph. Yeah. He was at the little place or whatever, like that 14 Parishes, eating, and then he had like a little vibe upstairs. But we was both like so lit and so drunk. Like that night, I just went by him.
She crashed my car that night.
I did not. Why you lying?
You did.
No, I did not. I hit the car at the back.
Well, she didn't crash it, but she just hit somebody.
He let me drive, and I kind of like just hit like a little pole. And after I hit the pole,
what the fuck?
After I hit the pole, like I just moved around. I parked somewhere else.
I was so mad.
Yeah, you. I don't think he was that mad because
I probably ain't sure, but I was heated. But
he was mad. But guess what? That night, the rest of the night was vibing. So he asked me to sleep at his house. So I slept at his house. We didn't have sex. We didn't do anything.
I don't even think I asked you. I think we just was so drunk that we just went there and just crashed.
Went to his house and went to sleep. Yeah. So after we went to his house and went to sleep, I think he brought me home the next morning. So he brought me home. He was like, I'm going to come back. Listen, right. He was like, I'm going to come back and he was like, later on, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get you some flowers. I'm going to buy you a bottle of wine, da-da-da-da. So instead of him getting the flowers, he didn't get the flowers. He was like, okay, he got the bottle of wine.
Well, yeah, I kept forgetting flowers, so it was like,
so that
every
night,
day since that though, we was linking up, like every day we was hanging out every day, all day, like
sleeping together.
Yeah, we was sleeping by each other. I was sleeping by her, she was sleeping by me.
He was really sleeping by me and my house.
But like we wasn't doing nothing. We were just
anything
sleeping by each other though. We was just hanging out together and sleeping by each other. Like we was just together all the time. Like so, boom. And I kept telling her I was gonna get her some flowers and shit.
So one day this man just got me some fucking flowers.
So one day I really did get the flowers because she kept saying, you be lying. You keep saying you get some flowers.
But what else she got?
I'm going to tell him. So boom. So I showed up at the house with the flowers, right? So boom. I get that. So we were supposed to go on a date that day, but she was getting ready. So I'm like she takes long to get ready. So in the meantime, I'm like,
be ready at 4:30, and I still wasn't ready when you got there.
Still wasn't ready. So so I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm like, I'm about to come right back. So I leave. So I just go make her buku groceries. Like I just
my God. Bro, I was
groceries.
mind blown. Like,
So
I'm
I come
like,
back,
what the fuck?
she still wasn't ready. So I'm bringing all the groceries up. She was just shocked. Like,
I was really shocked. I'm like, why did you get all of this shit? Then boom, even after he had them made like $300 worth of groceries, we still went on our date.
yeah. So
I'm
after
like,
we got the
this man
groceries,
is
we
too
went on a
much for
date.
me.
So after that, I think we slept by your house.
Yeah, we slept at my house.
So boom, after that, I think I left, and the next morning we slept there. I left. I went home. So I think I came back that next night. She had cooked for me. Remember when you made the salmon?
Oh, he asked me to cook for him.
I asked her to cook for me.
So when he asked me to cook for him, I made him some salmon with crab meat and shrimp on top.
So keep in mind, look, this days we've been hanging out. We still never had sex or nothing. So in my head, tonight I'm gonna try. Like, I'm gonna see what's up.
Oh my God, baby.
So when I got there, she was on her cycle, so I couldn't try nothing anyway.
Which I was thankful
so we
for.
Still went like another 5 days without doing that, but
it
we
was
still
even 5 days, but it was longer than that, baby. I'm sorry.
but we still
like 7 days, which was like a whole another week.
Probably,
and then like,
but we still was sleeping together every day, like
Jazz Fest came.
still
The
hanging
last
with
day
each
of
other.
Jazz Fest was like our day. Like, that was our day.
So like eventually, I just started like, I don't know. I feel like I started catching feelings, like, cause I'm like, man, I really like this girl. Like, we hang together every day and shit. So I'm like, I think like it was it around that time, like 7 days later, when I asked you to be my girlfriend.
I feel like, yeah, it was. It really was. And he was like, so we together? And I'm like,
yeah. So we together. Like, what's up? We be together every day.
Like, literally, we were spending all our time with each other. Like,
and she didn't really say yeah or no.
I was kind of like hesitant at the time because
hesitant.
You know why? I'm gonna just say why I was hesitant. I was hesitant at the time because I had just got out of a relationship like last year, which was like December. And then it's like my birthday came and everything. So I told myself, like, I'm not going to get in another relationship. I'm not going to deal with nobody on like a serious level. But this man, this is literally me. I'll say these 2 fingers is me. And he just like, pew,
right.
Like, pew, like he just like swept me off my feet. Like after that. So I was literally like trying to just, no, I was really just trying to like be to myself on some like self-preserve shit. Like, mind you, I was going out and I was seeing him and stuff like that, but I wasn't like thinking like, oh, I'm about to be fucking with him. We about to be fucking with each other. Like, this.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that either. Like, we used to see each other be cool. Like, this never was somebody like we was trying to get with each other.
Literally,
like we were just cool. But it's like,
I'm gonna be honest and say like, this was like some natural. This was literally like natural. Like, this was like 100% authentic. Like, I never was trying to get in another relationship. Like, this man asked me, he's like, you know, we together, but you gonna be my girlfriend, da da da. I never asked him to be his girlfriend. So it's like when we received all the backlash, I had already put him on game before the backlash, and I was letting him know. When we start fucking with each other, when we get public, like, people gonna come.
She said they're gonna put us on a burn page and everything.
I already knew this.
What the fuck they did? As soon as I posted her,
exactly. The reason I knew this because I've always been the type of person like to just be. People always have my name stirred up in things. So if it was us, like, till this day, I don't give a fuck about nothing because like this is just how we met and how we got to know each other and how we got to this point in our relationship. Like, you know, like this man showed me so much love and showed me like, look, this is what I want. Like, he put it on the table. Like, look, this is what the fuck I want. Like, let me know if you want the same thing as me. And I feel like I want the same thing as him. Not really even wanting the same thing as him, but it's like he forced me to want the same thing as him. And it's like I've been super happy and grateful ever since he's shown me like a different side. And he put in so much effort.
For her too.
Like he did. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he put in so much effort to change
everybody
for me.
off.
Like, and I really appreciate that so much because like you don't really like run across people that's like willing to change for you for a relationship. So I really like, I'm so super, 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 super grateful to have somebody like him in my life. Like, and mind you, I'm an Aquarius to be exact. I'm a February Aquarius and he's a May Gemini. And I never really like dealt with like a May Gemini or like, you know, But the fact that I have somebody that I'm compatible with and we could really like pause, take our time to like understand one another, you know, like that mean a lot to me. Because like a lot of people just go through their relationship not like communicating, and I feel like to like progress and to have like a real relationship with somebody and to get them to know who you are and to understand you, you have to communicate. So I try to communicate as much as possible, even though like when he make me mad, I don't even want to talk to him. But eventually it gets to a point like where we have to understand each other, and that's just simply what it is. And I'm just
went
so
through
grateful.
some shit. Like
we went through some shit.
Dating, like,
oh my God.
Hating.
People was hating. People was throwing crosses. People wanted to fight me. People was just...
For
was
no
like
reason.
bad.
Don't know her from a can of paint.
It was just bad. Like, I'm not going to lie, but let me
tell
you.
Fighting me in public, like, crazy
But this is the thing. Even after fighting him in public, people still was like trying me.
He was writing us on fake pages.
I never let that like come between our relationship.
People was calling my phone or private
still
all
to this
day.
You know what's funny?
24/7.
You know what's funny? Private 24/7, but still to this day. But we don't care about that shit because I'm aware. Like if I was a goofy, then it'll be like a difference. Like oh, she let me call her nigga phone or private. Da da da. No, not happening. Like
I let her answer the phone when they call her.
Listen, this is the thing. When he answered the phone, they don't call back. But when I answer the phone,
this how I started. Right, this how I started. Like they was calling me, I used to ignore it and shit. And sometimes I used to answer, but when the first time I let her answer it, they started calling
24/7.
back to back the whole day. 24/7. That whole day they called nonstop. Like I never seen nobody call somebody that many times off private.
No, seriously. So I know
to this day we still don't know who it is.
Like he always say like that. That's how I know it's like they hating on you. Like it's not me. It's really you.
And
like,
before,
that they hate.
Before we posted each other, somebody was writing us off a fake page, writing her talking about, you think you slick? I know you fuck with Kareem with the woo. So we still don't know who that was because we was keeping it low key. So like somebody had to see us or something, cause
right for them to really like
because we don't know who the fuck that was,
But the good part about it is,
calling me.
The best thing about it was that we was not fucking, and that's like real shit. That's like I would never lie. Like all jokes to the side, I put this on my sister.
She loved that part.
That was like my favorite part of like our relationship is that we never had sex. Like that was my favorite, and the fact that somebody was like, "Oh, Bria, you fucking Reem." Meanwhile, at that time, we wasn't even fucking. Boom. I'm ripped up for fucking with Reem. That's what they said. But the crazy part is, like, we wasn't even fucking. Boom. And he could vouch for that.
Yeah, we wasn't. We
but
was just chilling.
Baby. I'm ready to wrap it up.
All right, I'm about to come to bed, but yeah, I'm about to wrap this one up. But yeah, y'all, that's how we met and stuff on our first date. And yeah. So we're gonna finish this tomorrow because she ready to get in bed. So now we at the point we've been together for 7 months. We've been living together. I was living with her. Now she living with me. Like so we've been going back and forth. Like we've been going strong with this shit. Huh, baby? Yeah, we live with each other.